So, good morning, viewers. Thank you for being part of my channel. And today I want to talk about a model that I love very much and a model that is used to identify business ideas, especially in our society or in our vicinity. And this model is called the lazy user model. The reason as to why I like this model very much is because one of the things that I have realized, and I'm not generalizing, is that people are generally lazy. And through that laziness that is part and parcel of our lives, it is very easy for us to be able to start a business using by looking at some of the problem or some of the issues that people are not willing or do not want to do for themselves. And allow me to start by saying that people do not want to wash their cars, people do not want to wash their houses, people do not want to wash their clothing. People do not want to go and buy goods and services in the market. I have even seen somebody who is doing a business of helping people to sleep their children. So there are so many things that people do not want to do. And actually, I always make some. I like saying it's because people are generally becoming lazy as times goes on, and therefore the lazy user model is an important model, especially if you want to come up with something that can be able to help people to solve some of those problems that they do not want to do. Now, one of the variables or areas that we have in that model is user needs. You need to understand what the users or people are looking for, the customers are looking for. Remember, I've just told you that people don't want to wash their houses, people don't want to wash their clothes, people don't want to wash their cars, people don't want to go to the market by themselves. Some people do not want to cook. So those are some of the needs, some of different needs that people would want to be solved, or people are looking for somebody who can sustain them. Now, you also need to look at the user state, the state of the user. How is the user? Take an example that the user or the user does not want to wash his clothes, and there are only two ways in which he can be able to make sure that those clothes are clean. One is to look for mama fua. Two is to look for a nearby dry cleaner where he or she can be able to take his clothes so that they can be able to be washed. And therefore, is this mama fua available to this person? If this Dobby or this dry cleaner are available to this person, does he have capability of looking for them? That is why I'm talking about the user state, the state of the customer, the state of the customer. In what state is the customer at that moment when he or she is looking for a solution to that problem? Now, after you have looked at the customer's needs and also the customer state, then come up with a set of possibilities or solutions that can be able to help the customer to actually satisfy his needs. Take an example. I've just talked about a situation where you have a customer, but this customer does not want to wash the clothes for himself or for herself, and he does not have any contact of mama fua. He does not have any contact of dry cleaner, or there is no dry cleaner nearby. And therefore, if you want to solve problem for that person, one, either you bring together all the mama fuas around you using what we call maybe an application on our website, or you establish a small dry cleaning business there where maybe you can be collecting clothes and washing them on behalf of these people. And or maybe you can also be part of the mama fua. You can become a mama fua where you'll be going to some of these houses to look for to look for work inside some of those houses or within those houses. So those are different alternatives that we have for that challenge or that problem that this person has. You can decide to come up with Adobe or a dry cleaner near there. You can decide to bring together all the mamafua such that anybody who is looking for mamafua who can wash their clothes or their houses can be able to get them very easily. Now, one of the things that you'll come to realize that when the customers is looking for the solution to this problem, they're going to look for the solution that is very easy for them to find, and actually that is effortless, the simplest solution that is available to them. And therefore, if you're looking for a business idea, one of the things you need to do is to look at the problems that are within your locality and the states in which some of those people are, and come up with alternatives or solutions that can be able to solve this problem. The solutions that you come up with should be so simple that these people will see less difficulty in using them as a solution to the problem that they are going through. I'll give you an example of supermarket. Why did supermarkets come to the rural areas, to the estates? I want you to look at the user need during that time, that if the user wanted to buy goods and services, he either used to travel to maybe Nairobi town or go to some of those small shops that are around there and get the goods and services, or the goods and services that he wanted from some of those small shops. Now, if you look at the user state in the estates, it was such that some of these supermarkets were very far away because they were in towns. Mostly they were in towns, especially Nairobi town. And therefore, for the user or the customers to get to go and do their shoppings there, they needed to use transport, they needed to use energy, they needed to use time, and you can see all the pains that they used to go through. So the people who came up with some of these supermarkets in the estates realized that they needed to come up with alternatives that would make it possible for these people to buy goods and services that they were looking for easily and at the same time and at the same place. And therefore, they thought that the best solution was to bring some of those supermarkets near the clients at the estates. And that is why you see that there is no single estate today that does not have a supermarket, basically because there was a need. The user state was such that the user did not have any way in which he could be able to buy all the goods and services that they were looking for at the same price. And therefore, the solution was to bring some of those supermarkets nearer to the user. And therefore, you can look at how the lazy user model tries to help you to identify some of the solutions that you can be able to come up with for the customer. So thank you very much. Please subscribe to my channel so that you can be able to be getting some of these things when I do them, some of these episodes when I'm doing I come up with them. So thank you very much for being with us. And remember what I have said, that the lazy user model is one of the most important models, especially when coming up with an idea of what you want to do. And the lazy user model is all about how lazy people have become in our society. So many things that people don't want to do for themselves. They want other people to do for them, and some of the things can be a solution. Thank you very much.